Welcome to Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes. I am admittedly now a real pervert if you listen. Hopefully, Ray will boost it up so you can really hear it. I am your host, Richard Hungley, and with me tonight is TJ.
How's it going?
And a couple other guys. That's the only person that really matters.
Wow. I'm important again.
But you still didn't get a nickname.
For now. Never.
Yeah, I'm
Never.
still not getting an adjective.
You did
I'm fine
once.
with that, though.
You did once.
I'm fine with
one
that,
time.
though.
Terrific TJ.
Yeah.
I also think it's funny that most of the time you get a T.J. No period afterwards.
Yeah. I still like the TJ's in quotes in the group chat. TJ, that's your nickname.
It's became almost
literally his
rule.
nickname.
Yeah, it is TJ. I mean, honestly, if your name everybody calls you is a nickname, you can't nickname a nickname.
It's like I'm not gonna come like everybody calls me Bubba. They call me Teddy on here's my nickname.
Yeah, like if we all called him, Theodore, then maybe TJ be appropriate, but it's not, and that's the
important part.
That's the moral of the story that you're listening to. So with that being said, Ray, if you could be part of any superhero clique, which would it be?
Superhero clique?
Any of them, like X-Men, Teen Titans, if you could just all of a sudden start
like
hanging
a team?
out. Team, yeah.
Okay, not a
clique, like cliques.
Like in high school.
Hey, we're a clique. We're a clique, man.
You said cliques, and I've been playing hero cliques.
I know, that's how one-minded.
Gotcha.
I know,
like CrossFit now. I hero cliques.
Yeah, can't get them not to tell us about it.
He's like,
let me think about this. Is really important.
No, come on, man. You sprung on it. What's your gut? What does your gut shout?
My gut's always going to be X-Men.
Well,
X-Men Gold, X-Men Blue.
Oh.
That's 90s X-Men.
Yeah, that's
I want Australia.
I'm X-Force.
Oh, X-Force over there, man. Cool.
Mike's going to die.
Or I'm going to kill. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, guys.
That's right.
That's cool. Well, second question to go. Mike, if you could live in any fantasy world, what fantasy world would it be?
I would want to live in Tidopolis. I don't know, old Detroit. No, I think I would live in the Star Wars universe, and then that'd be pretty fancy.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
or
cool.
maybe I'd be in Metroid universe, and I could fly around on my ship and meet Metroid and say hi to her.
Charles, if you could be
That's funny.
in any era of wrestling, professional, what would you want to be in?
And what would your
Any era,
what would your
80s,
name be?
Late 80s,
And your
90s.
special move.
Yeah. What
Early
would you,
80s,
yeah.
mid-80s, late 80s,
1880s.
early 90s.
That's the Brawling Boxing Tiger.
What would be your wrestling name, first and foremost? We all know it's Neckman.
I'm getting like 30 questions in one.
No, I think his name would be Gluteus Maximus, and he'd be a Roman-themed wrestler.
I'd say probably the mid-late 90s Attitude Era.
Ooh, the attitude.
I mean, because I
I
do
want
like...
to add to this. Who would be your tag team partner?
Ooh.
Jimmy Ray.
No.
Kevin Nash, Eric Bischoff.
Oh, God.
I watched
Nash.
WCW in the late 90s.
I wouldn't
Kevin
have
Nash.
a partner. No.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash wants to
solo
be
guy.
Lone Wolf.
Mr. Sock.
What would be your finishing
He
move?
would tag himself in.
What's your finishing move?
I always like the money shot that Venus did.
The money shot. A giant hill to the face. All right, okay. TJ, if you could be any My Little Pony, which one would you be? I'm getting to the nitty-gritty now.
TJ's
Fluttershy.
I was going to say Rainbow Dash.
No, that's the easy answer.
That's
There's
the only
actual
one I
names?
know.
He wants to go deeper into the lore.
I'm sure
Are
you do
those
want to go
actual
deeper
names
into your
the horse
MLP.
lore.
I would probably be Applejack.
Yeah.
Well, now that I got the podcast nice and warmed up and thinking about all the just
I would
nerdisms
be
that are out there.
Hoofed Thunder. It's the man pony. Stallion.
The stallion, the stud.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That big dick daddy taking down all those MLPs.
Brought out they go. So, Has there been any crime fought lately that anybody knows of? Because I haven't heard any. I haven't read anything on the news about Neckman.
Actually,
in a while.
crime is down in Lake City right
I
now.
know, it's weird, right?
It's down 36%.
It's awkward though. On Sundays, usually crime gets
That's
sort
where
of
it peaks. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Any,
there's always
any,
this silhouette in the sky
yeah,
of a neck.
It looks like a dick, but I swear to God, say it's a neck.
Yeah. It's like a flexing arm.
Yeah. Now, Charles, what's your thoughts on this? Because I mean, you always get real sweaty when we start talking about Neckman.
crime and-
His eyes always start shooting back and forth, and like his chin starts shivering because it's like he wants to say
Like
no.
you can see that chin in there.
I know.
That's why he
Any
hides
of them.
it. It's a secret weapon. You know, people think he has a beard because he has a weak chin. He doesn't. And when he does his nose, right, it's like a switchblade. You never see it coming.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm actually glad crime's going
Like
down.
when you're blindfolded, you never see it coming.
More free time.
Safer streets for the kids.
Yeah, more free time to,
Do it for the kids.
to beat off.
Just like Jared.
Over here baiting.
That's what I always wonder about. Like, as a superhero, you really don't have a whole lot of time to like take care of yourself
No.
or your lady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you're maybe like, I mean, I'm sure there were some nights. Batman, no, maybe like Spider-Man, where he's
Well,
like,
I would
he's like
say-
just J&O, like just waiting for
The
crime.
X-Men always seemed like they were like day fighters, and like at night they're like, listen, we're a 9-to-5 team here.
Yeah.
I don't care what Magneto's doing.
Have you seen what these girls wear here?
It's 6
You see what
o'clock.
they don't wear?
Yeah.
It's we don't have time, like, because you're watching. It's always daylight. It's just like if
Yeah.
it's nighttime, they're like, we're getting fucking OT. Professor better come out with the checkbook because
time
Hey,
card, like,
Juggernaut, time out.
Yeah.
We'll pick this up tomorrow.
Bro, it's Friday and tomorrow's game day. I got to bolt because I'm the bolt lightning guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm making up superheroes.
The
now.
bolt.
Oh, wow.
The bolt. So that's just my theory that the X-Men were lazy superheroes. I mean, if you really think about it, let's truly think about it. They were lazy.
but they were
Batman
closed on
only worked at
holidays.
night.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christmas. They always were at home at Christmas.
Yeah, there's all kinds
And
of Christmas
Thanksgiving.
issues.
I've honestly
Thanksgiving.
always wondered how Batman fucking slept.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
He sleeps during
He
meetings.
does. He either does a meditation for an hour or something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
That's how Batman, he meditates.
Yeah, he meditates and kind of just
power of meditation.
Kramer tried to do that, and it didn't work, so I don't know how it works.
Maybe
for
he
Bruce
does
Wayne.
the
He's
15-minute
Batman.
naps. Like
Well, that's what I figure he does, is he cat naps throughout the day, but, I mean, honestly, the only...
gargoyles are probably completely comfortable to sleep on when you got to take a nap in the middle of the night.
I mean, the only Bruce Wayne, like,
He carries
serious
a blanket with him.
Bruce Wayne exposure I've gotten is from the Dark Knight movies, and that, Christian Bale portrayed Batman, Bruce Wayne as an incompetent playboy,
yeah.
but in all the other media I think I've seen, like, it seems like he's a very capable CEO, so I'm not quite sure which one it normally is, like, canonically speaking.
Well, it's weird because I've always watched Bruised Wayne,
Yeah.
the porn alternate of it, and he did pretty good and beat it up at night. So
yeah.
good for him.
In animated series,
Beat
I
it
think
up
he
at
does
night.
he has 4 hours of sleep or something like that.
That's still pretty good. I mean, when the hell
I
did he
mean,
get...
once the sun comes up and
Crime goes down.
yeah, so he can take a nap from what 5, 6, 7, whenever the sun actually fucking comes up.
Yeah, to whenever he
Till
strolls into
about
work.
9 or 10 o'clock, and he's good.
Like, when the hell does he actually like work out, or educate,
Picking up
educate
villains
himself?
and hauling them off to jail.
Well, I mean, it
really
honestly
does a
thinks
lot of
like
work in
Batman
quad.
works 2 hours a night, basically, and then he goes back and does all his
Alfred.
All he's got to do is just kind of show up that he's there.
Alfred, I'm taking a bat nap.
I'll be in the bat gym. Bat swollen up. I got my bat gains going on, and I got my bat pills. Ding. So these
I
are
laughed
all
at
right.
that.
Enough of this. Let's turn over to Ray and let him talk about the news.
Well, first, before we
Oh,
get
fuck
that,
you. I'm
come
outta
on,
here.
man.
Nate is
Davy's
leaving.
walking out,
He
so
is
we have a new
walking out,
host.
Nate's leaving.
So, on that,
He's gonna go beat up your wife.
we're bringing back the mailbag, guys.
Finally,
Yay.
Mike's mailbag.
Mike's mailbag.
Mike's hairy mailbag.
So we
You
have
gotta dig into it and just reach your hand into its moistness.
Exactly. So here we go. We're gonna reach in. Ooh. And Brian Marshall, of course, Brian
Yes.
Marshall, has
Mr.
a question for us
Marshall.
on Facebook. He says, "What's
The
what?
Facebook?
The Facebooks on the Facebook.
Facebook.
The
Not-
Facebook.com.
not
.com?
.com.
Originally, it was the Facebook until Mark Zuckerberg finally bought Facebook from the owner.
Gotcha.
A little history.
Continue.
So, Brian Marshall wants to know, what's one nerd item you couldn't live without? TJ, what you got?
I have to think on this for a minute.
Okay, Mike.
I'm sorry.
In June, it'll be my Hulkbuster.
Oh, absolutely. Charles?
Should call it the Wallet Buster.
Should call it.
They can't, I was about to say they can't call it the Virginity
I
Buster.
said the Virginity Shield. Well, I mean, the
$800 chastity belt.
Yeah.
That is articulation.
or they're probably going to call it why Mike's girlfriend broke up with him.
Exactly.
Yeah, the toy.
The toy. Charles, what you got?
I'd go with my wrestling collection.
Yeah.
It's just
Wait.
wrestling DVDs.
One nerd item. You can't like I'm not going to go and say like, yeah, my one item, all my stuff. Like that doesn't work like that.
My one item, my nerd collections.
You're like the kid who used to fucking play.
Okay,
with,
my Nintendo 64.
Okay,
I still have my 64, and I still have quite a few games, and I do play it regularly.
What you were, Charles during elementary school would be like, all right, well, I have invincibility and all the powers.
How did you know I was going to talk about that? How did you know?
I was just kidding. Charles wasn't that guy.
Yeah, he was.
There was that guy there. There was that guy, but Charles wasn't him.
I'm gonna pop out my Wolverine quads. No, I had a guy. You guys know him. That was I had one of those guys.
Man, he was also the guy that legitimately had a jetpack, and he actually had Spider-Man web shooters. So
Because they were real.
Absolutely. He invented them himself.
Yes.
Jack always told me this funny story about this guy that me and Nate know, and he's just one of those people. Like I don't want to talk bad about him on air for tens of people to hear, but
Tens.
Yeah.
All right, we've moved up.
He basically told Jack that in the 6th grade that his dad was like an aeronautical engineer at Lake City Community College and built a life-size replica of the Starship Enterprise and just flew around. And he took him to space. But not too far because it was still experimental.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know why I was putting so much sass on those S's then, but I guess I was.
You're a sassy guy.
It was I think his dad was like feeding him acid or something.
Feeding him something.
Assassin.
That's my apartment.
If I had to pick one,
okay.
So you're feeding boys tube stick, huh, Charles?
Well then,
seems like a job to stop for neck, man.
Cost of living's high.
Man, right now it would probably be my iPad because I read all my comics through it. So yeah, that's my thing. That's a dumb answer.
What about you?
Yeah, we got these two over here then answered.
So, Nate, what is one nerd item you couldn't live without? Brian Marshall off the Facebooks wants to know.
Brian Posehn.
Without, that's actually a pretty hard one.
that's what she said.
Heyo. It would be a toss up between my iPad Pro and my PS4. With
PS4, damn.
Because my PS4 is like
You have to have a TV though, Ray. You have to have a TV though.
I mean, if it's not an entire thing of like PS4 with game inside of it and a TV, then absolutely my iPad Pro.
Just one game.
Yeah.
Well, we had to tell Charles just one thing, not his collection.
Well, I mean, he had
it's going to be his 1987 Mint
He doesn't know that he doesn't have a controller or a power button or a power.
When he's like, I would be my collection of wrestling movies. You can't have like 50 of something.
It's actually like 200.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, we're trying to get you laid later on the show, so you better watch out what you say.
Never say 200 DVDs.
Never say 200 wrestling DVDs.
How many hours is that? Jesus Christ.
I mean, there's
I've got this collection of 200 sweaty dududes rubbing all over each other.
I mean, if you
just the WrestleMania anthology,
I think it's like a 40-year-old virgin. That's all I'm saying.
I got this big box of porn, but it says WWF on the outside.
for Wild West fucking...
I accept that.
It's all cowboy themed.
Wow.
All right, TJ.
Put her there, partner.
Well, actually,
mosey it on home.
Actually, I remembered while everybody was saying everything that I was asked during asked during the chili cook-off.
Exactly.
This very question.
You were asked.
Like, what would...
if the house was burning down or whatever.
What would I grab?
The chili.
No, it wasn't the chili.
That night it would have been the chili.
But assuming my children are not in this
A
fire,
child in each hand, and
Exactly.
then they're holding your Xbox.
Well,
Exactly.
and this is just what is one nerd item you couldn't live without.
Grab the power cable, honey.
I would probably my Masterpiece Prowl.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Masterpiece Prowl.
Of not only a toy, but a verb TJ likes to do.
Exactly. Around elementary schools.
Grandmas beware. TJ's a Gmail hunter.
We've got another one. This is from Wiccan, or at Wiccan off the Twitters.
Oh,
And they say, nerds who get laid.
the very Twitters.
Do you really get laid? Before you answer, doing your hand doggy style does not count
I'm out.
as getting laid.
I'm out.
How do you do?
I don't know.
I need to Google that.
logistics on that.
I almost got
I
laid.
really have to see the logistics on that to know how that works.
Charles, strip down. We need a model.
So does doing your hand any other style count? Just doggy style. So
What about Colombian style?
Can you like put your hand like
is
four
that British
fingers down?
Colombian or?
Well, I mean, South American Colombia cost extra.
I mean, dude, just like 4 fingers down on the ground. Hold.
TJ's trying to figure this out right now.
I think what you'd have to do is you'd actually have to like stick it between your fingers. I think that's the only thing I can think of.
If this was a
backhand.
If this was a video podcast, we would have instantly gone up a rating.
Well, I mean, that's like the Mitch Hedberg thing, the chainsaw juggling. Oh man, that was funny. You guys should have seen it, listeners.
You had to be here.
Yeah, you had to be here. We should just do all jokes one podcast. You had to be here.
Look at his shirt. That's so nerdy.
I can't believe you wrote that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Let's act it out. Draw pictures of your favorite scene.
Yeah, we'll just do an entire episode of us doing Pictionary.
Dear Wiccan, or Wicked, or was it Wicked
Wiccan.
Juggalo?
Well, I guess the real question is
Do we get laid?
what is sometimes?
Yeah.
Is it a week?
Once a
Is
month?
it a decade?
Oh, God.
I'm going to say, I personally say
Get
that
laid
sometimes
every day.
is not
More than once.
ever, but like close to. Sometimes.
What do you mean? Not ever?
No. I'm saying like,
So like you had to have sex at least once apparently, and that's the sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And I mean,
So like if you fell into a naked lady and you happen to have,
I mean,
a gentleman's sausage ready,
technically,
as Top Gear would call it.
technically, the only two with biological proof are me and Nate.
that's true. That is true.
Well, I mean, if you want to get a UV light, I have a lot of biological proof.
But again, that's hand and doggy style.
Well, I don't know. There'll probably be like butt cheeks in it or something. Some kind of
Yours
imprint.
don't count.
Maybe
yeah.
lady footprints.
My sometimes is to me the way I
Much
think about
butthole
it.
is lighting up like New York City.
It's like the sun.
It's just blinding.
Turn it off.
It's really good for my butthole. Moisturizing.
Keeps the hemorrhoids away.
I always look at it sometimes. It's all into your own personal preference of like,
Yeah.
hey, I get laid sometimes. So like,
Well, and when you first came up, I know this is a little more serious than the person was probably asking, but like when you came up with the idea, I saw it more as like nerds can be cool sometimes.
Yeah,
they're
that's what
not
it is,
all
yeah.
virgins.
we're like when most people think of nerds, they think of guys that like
Smelly
repel.
neck beards who
Yeah.
carry around 2 liters of Mountain Dew
Yeah.
everywhere.
That
is-
That just leave Cheeto dust everywhere.
That
and
just
Dorito
repel,
dust.
repel women.
Yeah.
It's like we're nerds, and like we actually women do
What's sad is he
sometimes.
probably
give
has a
us-
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I bet she's, or I bet he's ugly.
I think our answers were good enough.
Yeah,
That's as
yep,
much
yep.
as I want you to know
So,
about how much. Except for I want Charles' answer. Charles, give it up.
sometimes are you allowed to be on this podcast?
When's the last time, Charles? Let me see your
It's
hymen.
been a long time. I was almost a
Fair
dad
enough.
once. I was almost a dad once, so it's been a long time.
The only person I think who probably would beat you, and they are still technically on the podcast, is Blaze.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't really removed him
Well, I
from all
mean,
of our stuff.
it's a leap year, so he's lucky. It's ready.
So Scott Stevens, who is SB Wags on the Twitter, said, this is from last week.
Okay.
Now that we know Krang is officially in TMNT 2, what are your thoughts?
I thought we expressed our thoughts during the podcast where we talked about
it a little bit.
Well, it's a brain with pelagic arms and controls
Mech suit of
big fucking
giant
naked
robot
guy.
suit.
That's cool. I mean, that's cool in anything.
yeah.
I mean, it's like
I wish it was in Les
Speedos
Miserables.
and Crocs. And,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He does have Crocs and like underwear
yeah.
and like a giant antenna just sticking out of his head. And he has some badass like hater blockers too.
It's like he wears lederhosens.
I thought he had hater blockers on. Didn't he have glasses?
He has
He has some bomb ass 80s Oakleys on.
So I'm actually more for it now that we've talked about it.
Yeah.
He would fit perfectly in Point Break.
So fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into it. I think it's so out there that
Hey,
it's
Scott
really
Stapp.
cool.
Yeah, we like that Crane's in the
Yeah,
movie.
we're all for it, bruh.
Bro.
All right, so we
We're
have
accepting it
Yeah.
with arms wide open.
since we're a week late on the thing, we have another one from Brian Marshall, of course. Were any of you guys made fun of or ever bullied growing up for being into nerdy things? I can remember all through elementary and middle school, people made fun of me for wearing comic book shirts or having Pokemon cards or drawing anime
I'm sorry.
and such things like that.
That
I
was
still would pick on you for those things.
I'm still going to pick on you for Pokemon cards and anime.
Yes.
Comic book shirts, I mean, those are cool. I mean, were any of you guys ever really picked on for that?
I was picked on for being fat, but I wasn't picked on for being nerdy.
I didn't have enough friends to really get picked on, so...
Friends don't pick on you.
Yes. You have the wrong idea of friends. You've been hanging out with us too long, right?
I guess Ray thinks we're all his enemies. We're nice to him.
We get out with the podcast on Sunday, and he goes and lays down with Allison. He's like, I wish I had friends. Instead, poor assholes just show up and make fun of me in my own house.
I'm not even the oldest one.
Why let this go on?
They berate me, but nobody else will hang out with my old
I
ass.
have a really weak character. Despicable.
I'm tired of being the treadmill and being walked all over. And I'm tired of fucking hiccups.
Yeah.
Fucking boxcar Nathan over there.
Nathan's been drinking all day.
Yeah, Nathan. Mad Dog 2020.
For you listeners out there, I've had the hiccups for almost 24 hours.
Maybe you can get in the Guinness. I think the record's 26 years.
I fucking hope not.
You know what? I do.
I was trying to cure him earlier, and literally someone walks in the back and is like, is it bad I'm rooting for the hiccups?
So what have you tried so far to cure yourself?
I've drank water upside down. I've held my breath. I've held my breath while drinking water. Nobody's scared me yet, so I'm hoping that one will get it.
Okay, well, I want to go outside for a totally unrelated reason, and I'll be out
right
there.
back.
Make sure your car's
I
unlocked.
can make sure you get scared.
Allison
I want you
swears...
to walk naked down outside of Ray's house.
I said
all the way down.
I said I want to get scared. I want to scare people.
No.
You could just
Trust
put
me.
a bunch of change in your pockets. That sounds like you're rich.
Just walk.
But answering Brian, yeah, I remember getting picked on when I was younger.
How'd you get picked on?
Just people making fun of me, like when I had magic cards.
Yeah.
Just playing that, and
They're like,
people would just come up and they're like, "The hell is that?" And they're like, and I would just kind of
David
shuffle them
Blaine
back
sucks.
Yeah.
in. But the thing is, like, it was crazy. It was like I've been about this size since about the
card-
7th, 8th grade, and I got picked on
Yeah.
by smaller people, and I was just like, I was a pushover.
They're like, shut
Like
up.
grabbing your Black Lotus, like,
I never had that.
that thing would be worthless anyway.
No, it was funny because the moment I hit puberty and grew 6 feet tall, and people stopped making fun of me. It was really weird.
No, I still got picked on.
Yeah, no.
I picked on people. I didn't get picked on.
I actually realized that I was a bully in high school. I didn't realize it till later. I'm like, man, I was a dick.
Yeah, picked on a little bit, but not very long.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for nerd stuff.
Now
or
I
anything.
do the picking.
Yeah.
Like no one ever made fun of me for liking comics and stuff like that because it
No.
was too
Because
goddamn
you
cool.
fight everybody.
I stood up for myself. I wasn't some
It's like Russell Crowe.
pushover, you know. was like, you want to talk about me? I'll fight you.
You on the father battle?
Making music, singing songs, and fighting around the world.
Oh, Bachman.
Yeah. You want to fight? Well, let's go.
Did you guys see that trailer I posted with like where he's basically Russell Crowe's fighting runners, beating the shit, he breaks Ryan Gosling's arm? That was like a really good movie. When I figure out what the name is, I'll let you know.
Russell Crowe is arm breaker badass.
It's just Russell Crowe is Russell Crowe.
This is the story of Russell Crowe.
Any more questions, right?
No, but I was going to read one of our reviews on iTunes to remind you guys that you can go review us on iTunes. Please do that.
Just one review.
It's free to do.
Do you want me to read more than one? Let's see how good this one. Let's see how good this one is first.
I'll take one.
Clock
Dear
Hitler
nerds
says,
who
got
go.
laid. You've changed my life.
This one
I was
says
going to commit suicide.
this one says, "Sir, it's from Nerd Stark. These guys are pretty funny."
That's me.
So now you can read another one.
All right. Well, I already skipped one because it
Dear
was
sir
me.
or madam.
Okay,
Whom
number
it may
3.
concern.
Miraculous. This is from Frodog.
I think
Go ahead.
Did he take the ring to
Apparently
Mordor?
nobody.
I am a paraplegic. I found this podcast, and now my legs work again. Well, thank you, Frodog. That's 5 stars he gave us. I wish, yeah. Let's see. There. Do y'all want another one?
Go ahead. Hit
That'd
me
have
with
been
your best
funny
shot.
if he had given us 1 star and said, I'd have given you more stars, but my arms don't work yet.
So this is another one. It says it's from it says suburb, like the suburbs.
Yeah.
It's IMGO322. Entire thing is very copacetic. Nice job.
Man,
5 stars.
Now that's the type of reviews I like.
Here's another one. It says Bazinga, and it's from a user called Nathan. And
Sounds like a pretty pimp guy.
it says, "What did I just hear? The gods of nerds speaking." Well, pretty good. Pretty good. Great job, guys, from UFL dude.
I know who that is.
Finally, a netcast that speaks to the nerds. Finally, we're the only one out there, guys. So if you
Only one worth listening to.
do is read some news.
presents Ray with movies, video games, and the only thing that Ray
I thought he was doing that on his phone because he had it.
This just
I guess we're moving on.
You
Yes.
can tell us more news about Marvel, Ray. Now let's turn over to Ray with the news.
my random putting sound effects in on the show has been killing it lately.
Yeah, paying off.
The
Usually I move around the things that we use. I go ahead and paste them in there, move them around when we need them. Every now and then I don't keep track and they just show up.
I'm
This
just
is
glad
one
we
of those.
moved past our self-congratulatory reviews on iTunes.
I think there was one dude in there that wasn't us.
One.
That Nathan.
Yeah, that guy sounded
That
pretty
guy.
legit.
He
Yeah.
sounded cool. So news this
Party
week.
with that guy.
Let's see. What do we got? We got a like kind of a teaser poster for Predator, which we knew was coming about
Predator.
a year. The Predator.
Yes.
About a year or two
Hold on.
ago.
I don't want to but derail you, but they've actually officially. So everybody always wants to know who's underneath the mask, and it's
Jared
John
Fogle.
Cena. John
I'm
Cena,
sorry.
because now you can't see him.
I'm
And
sorry.
I'm doing hand waves. My joke was better than yours.
I thought it was Jared Fogle.
Jared Fogel's better.
So we got a poster for the new Predator film that's coming out. We still don't really
There's
know
nothing
when.
known about
There's
it.
Nothing else. It's still coming.
Yes.
I still haven't seen the last one with Adrian Brody in it.
Really,
neither.
really good. That was really
I rented
good.
it, and then I started to watch it on YouTube, or not YouTube, Netflix one time, and something happened, and
That's good.
I've tried to watch it a few times and just haven't gotten to.
Well, if you
I,
finish Man on the Moon, I'll let you borrow Predators.
Yeah,
Predators was good. It was it was the right step in the right direction for
Yeah.
Predator movies, away from what they have been with all the
Alien and-
AVPs.
yeah, those were
which
so
terrible.
bad. Which is funny. Like, how do you just?
I
have
don't
them fucking
recognize them
fight
in that.
in that area in that thing.
No,
that
it's like
universe?
those are their two. Those are the two movies just for that. But I don't put them in with the Alien franchise or the Predator franchise.
And man, I just like I was saying, I just don't understand how you can screw that up, but they sure did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I love Predators and Alien. Oh god, those are some of the most awesome.
Honestly, those are some of the franchises that made everybody just terrified of comic book movies for so long.
Really,
Stuff like that.
They were horrible.
I mean, it's
the AVX or the AVP ones.
Yeah, the Aliens versus Predator. The like the old '90s Marvel movies.
I didn't watch the second one, but the
Aliens versus Predator.
Horrible.
I mean, the premise of it's like
didn't get better.
Oh my god, how can you mess this up? And then they do.
Yeah,
it really is. One of those like, first off, how can you ruin? It's Aliens and Predators. Throw them together instead. They make a watered down PG-13 piece of shit that people just hated.
How many of you guys in here have Fallout now? Just TJ?
Yeah,
me and TJ.
Okay, I have it. I just haven't played it.
You haven't played it yet? Okay, so apparently they've announced that there's going to be a lot more downloadable content than they originally planned on.
Do you get it in the season pass, or am I having to spend more money?
Here's the thing. If you buy the season pass before March 1st,
done.
You get it all.
Okay.
And it's supposed to jump significantly in price.
I'm done. I got it.
You're good.
So you're supposed to pay for not seeing. Look at these assholes.
Yeah.
Pay for what?
Buy sight unseen.
Yeah, pay for something. And that's the way all DLC content's going. All these season passes now. When Battlefront season pass was announced and everything, they didn't announce anything of what was in it. It's like, hey, go ahead and order your season pass. Go ahead and order your season pass.
You're buying on the promise that they'll deliver.
Yeah. And then things like Street Fighter V that just got released. It's getting raked over coals.
Is it really?
It's literally, they didn't release everything for the game.
Yeah.
What?
There's no arcade mode. There's nothing.
Yeah, the online servers are crap. You can
they got them back up.
Yeah.
But it's one of the games I'm looking forward to. But they released like 50% of the game. And they said by June the rest of the game will be available. But how they're doing the DLC for it, I like.
I don't like.
How are they doing the DLC?
You can pay for it, or you can play the game and earn it in the game.
Oh,
I'm sure that'll be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I really hate how the middle to the end of last generation and how this
I'm sorry,
TJ. on video games. It's just everything's all about post-release patches and this downloadable content, the sight unseen stuff, like Nate's talking about. It really has turned me off to video games in a lot of ways.
No, I agree. It's like
because video games are already fucking expensive.
It's like spend $60 and then spend more to get all the content.
Here's $60.
Yeah,
and your game might work on release day.
Well,
that's bullshit.
$60 for Fallout. How much is the season pass?
I think it was
usually it's 30.
Oh, okay. Because I thought the Battlefront one was like around 40.
So you're paying
$100
in Bethesda's defense on their DLC. 99% of the time, except for the original DLC that they created, which was the very first one, which was the horse armor for Oblivion.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always give a ton of content with their DLC.
Yeah, their DLCs are meaty. They're really good.
Yeah.
Well, and the first packs that they're putting out, one of them is $10, one of them is $5, and the other one is like $25.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you're getting a lot of content from them. But like Star Wars Battlefront,
you don't know what you're getting.
You're just going to get weapons and maps.
You're getting a couple of maps and you're getting some weapons, and it's what, $50 for the season pass or some craziness?
I haven't even looked into it yet.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous price, and the game was $60. How many maps did it ship with?
4
maps.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, it's a fun game, but
I bought it for $25, and I still don't want to buy all the other stuff that comes with it.
It's ridiculous how much money spent on this.
They are dropping stuff that's not costing because they have. I don't know. I'm new to online gaming and stuff like that.
But
so
still,
I don't know.
the thing, if they're taking all this time to develop these games, why not put it all out?
Money, man.
Yeah. They want you to keep the game until the next one comes out, but that's unrealistic. The next shooter comes out, and then everybody's on it, and then there's
I think there are very few people other than games that have a very big following, like Fallout and Elder Scrolls. I would say the average Joe is not going to buy that.
Yeah. I remember when I worked at GameStop and we would have a midnight release for a Call of Duty or something like that. We had 100-something people show up in Lake City.
Doors packed
for a Call of Duty midnight release.
Yeah.
And then they've burn out people so bad on these games
with these yearly releases and stuff like that.
Kill
releases,
Guitar Hero.
Yeah, Kill Guitar Hero, Rock Band, those types of things. And I think the last Call of Duty midnight release I had like 10 people show up to it.
Oh wow!
I mean, you lose 90% of your customer base on it for something like it. Just
they're churning out shit instead of like taking a couple years to build something up that's going to be worth it. That's why like Fallout had such a huge following because they didn't just shit another one out.
Well,
and that's why when the next
Fallout
Skyrim
3, I played that thing for years. You could go through it multiple times and still not do everything.
There's certain games that they don't whore out, and like whenever the next Skyrim comes out, they'll have a huge following. Grand Theft Auto is another one that does a really good job of taking their time, but then you get stuff like Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, and stuff like that, where they just keep putting them out. Now, I know, Mike, you seem to enjoy Assassin's Creed, so I guess they do a decent job of giving quality stuff, but to me, it's just so...
They were for a little while, but...
It's just so many of them.
They've started doing it. They have alternating teams like Activision does for Call of Duty, so every year they have one. They have about 2 years to work on it, but with the scope of Assassin's Creed games, I would say 3 years is probably a more realistic...
Didn't they announce there's not one this year?
I hope there isn't, because that series is good and needs to be revitalized. But I mean, I bought Assassin's Creed, I guess Unity, and a new one's come out since then, but I really don't have an interest in it.
They had Rogue that came out for the PS3,
I think, the 360.
And the 360, and then they had Syndicate that just came out this last year, and I didn't buy Syndicate either. And I'm that guy that'll buy a new Assassin's Creed when it comes out.
Yeah.
But one, I don't really play a lot of video games nowadays. And two, I'm just tired of getting something I'm not going to play.
Well, I just realized the older I get, the more time is precious to me, because responsibilities take the rest of it. I don't want to waste my time playing a subpar game.
Yeah,
especially if I were to play Assassin's Creed, unless it was really good in the future, I would probably just blow through the main missions and not do anything extra. That extra shit irritates me.
There's only so many games that I jump on and I get excited for, like Grand Theft Auto, BioShock. Those are like my two that I'll go out buy, and then I'll set time aside to actually like, hey, I'm going to play this game. And Uncharted.
Uncharted 4 I'm still looking forward to.
Yeah.
I did pick up two other video games about a week or so ago. I picked up Lego Avengers.
That one looks fun.
I bought the deluxe edition with it was $10 extra. You get all the extra characters and stuff.
Oh,
yeah, whatever. And then I bought the Lego Jurassic World.
That's a blast. I pre-ordered Lego Star Wars because that one looks really
I need to get that one too. I'll get it when it comes out. So
So what are y'all's thoughts on the Fallout DLC? Buy the season pass before it goes up?
I'm fine. You know what? That's a great marketing tool. It's a great idea. Make sure it's out there for people to get. They're not just saying, "Oh, you didn't buy it by this point, so you're not getting this."
Well, and they're not saying, "Oh, you bought that. Well, there's a season pass part 2."
Yeah. Well, that and everything I've heard about Fallout, no one's complaining about lack of content in the original game. So for them to release more just means that they're building up something else to give you more. Because it's
I'll give you more replay on it. I think that's really the line. Is honestly, I don't mind DLC if it's adding content to the game, not adding content that should have been there already.
Yeah, I agree.
When you hamstring the game purposely, that's just a money grab. But
like Street Fighter. Like Battlefront, with some other ones.
I saw on like Madden 15 on the iPad.
You got to download.
It's like $150 to download everything.
All this stuff,
like teams, things like that.
Yeah, and there's no reason you shouldn't have a football game and have all 32 teams on there.
Yeah,
they really don't put all the teams.
Well, that
on
was
there?
the iPad edition.
Oh, okay.
On the
I
iPad
think that
edition.
was who does EA. Yeah, EA's
And they're
pretty bad
notorious
about it.
for it.
Yeah.
Ubisoft's got a lot
and
better.
they're Battlefront too.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But EA is like this giant hulking fucking monster.
They're definitely the people that put out 50% of a game.
Yeah, it's like EA and Activision, but Capcom, yeah. I'm really ashamed in Capcom.
Yeah.
they used to be so good.
Yeah.
So moving on, Emily Blunt is in talks to be Mary Poppins in a sequel. I know this isn't something that we may care about, but it's
I need to watch Mary Poppins again.
it's set in it's set in London, of course, but it's it's during the Depression.
It was
everything.
a series of books.
Yes, it was, and it is going to be based on those books still.
Hello, Mary Poppins.
Any thoughts or anything on that? I watched it when I was a kid. It was one of the movies with. We also got a teaser of Pete the Dragon this week. Pete's Dragon.
I'm actually kind of excited.
I liked Pete's Dragon when I was a kid.
Both of those were movies that when I was a kid and it rained during PE, they would play them during PE. So I just don't care about them.
Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those were movies I saw when I was a kid, and my mom would show them to us.
Okay.
So that was...
I had to watch them then, and they were boring as hell to,
I'm not
8-year-old
nostalgic.
Ray.
That's better.
I'm not nostalgic about it, but them releasing a new movie, I think it's fine.
That's better than what I had to do as 8-year-old TJ.
What was it?
We had to sing "We Are the World"
till PE was over.
Yeah,
or
if it was raining outside, we had chorus that would take over if it was raining outside. So, yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
But I hate that song to
What
this
about
day.
Emily Blunt? How do y'all feel about her being Mary Poppins?
I like Emily Blunt.
She's a good actress, and I feel like she has that softness.
Can you put a picture of her up? I don't remember who she is.
From, she was the person in
She was in
Live, Die,
Looper.
Repeat.
She was in
Didn't see Looper.
She was in
Live, Die, Repeat as she was. Wasn't she the badass?
yeah. What's that
Looper?
show called?
No. Live, Die, Repeat.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Didn't see that either.
Oh, you haven't seen that one?
Yeah, I know.
Those are both really good movies. If you got time to kill,
Looper's bad. So actually, yeah.
See, the thing is, when I watch something, I usually will put something on that I've seen before. Okay. I'll
She's a good
put something
actress.
on that I've seen before, because when I'm watching something, I'm not just sitting there watching something.
You're doing something else.
I have to fold clothes, or I have to do something else. So
Those are worth making the time for.
Yeah, but
all I know is that
Either
I was
one.
like,
Flip a coin.
ever since I was a kid, I still want to have dinner on the ceiling. Pretty cool.
I just wonder, are they going to dust off old Dick Van Dyke's...
yeah.
who would play his part?
I have no clue.
There's
The Rock.
I can't see
John
Good
Hamm.
point.
John Hamm.
I don't know. I can't see anybody.
John
usually
Hamm's
pretty
a
good.
very funny guy. He's a great
It's
comedian.
not just funny though. I mean,
I wonder if they'll have singing.
people don't have the scale of like old movie actors. So I mean,
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler can't sing and dance and do everything.
I'm trying to fight someone.
Yeah,
That's the thing is, I don't know.
Huge Jackman.
I mean, it's,
Huge Jackman.
There
That's
you go.
a good one.
I think
Nailed it.
I think
Got it.
I think Huge
Calling
Jackman would be a good choice.
All right, so we're moving
Well, I
on.
mean, I guess it really just depends because they're from books. So I mean, are they even going to have musical aspects
Justin
in it?
Timberlake.
I'm sure
It's
that was
Disney movie.
I'm sure that
Hell
was
yeah.
added in for
T-Pain.
the movie.
Just a spoonful of sugar.
Bruno Mars.
But
Hey,
apparently,
so
tonight,
it's
it's supposed to be the first trailer for Pete's Dragon. Comes out tonight.
Okay.
For some Disney thing they're doing tonight. I don't know.
It is tonight.
All right. Moving on.
Stephen Lang wants to be Cable in the next Deadpool.
And we
And so
agree.
does
I'm good for it.
Oh, and so does Kevin Nash.
Fuck
Yeah.
that. No.
I'm down for Stephen Lang.
I'm still
Yes.
into John Hamm. I want him to play it.
Why? I mean, do you think he wants to play it, or is that just your
John
want?
Hamm looks good from the concept art I've seen. He looks good. Lang wants to do it like Reynolds.
That's true.
The other guy that people want, no.
Keira Knightley.
That's not real. Yeah, Keira
Anybody
Knightley
else
might
on that
be.
one?
Yeah. I think she could pull it off better than the rest.
Yeah, she's
So.
got the chin.
I mean, Stephen Lang and John
Stephen
Hamm
Lang.
are really good actors.
But Lang's like 63.
I think that would fit well.
Have you
He's in
seen
good shape.
Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm
And
saying would he
actually-
make it to the Deadpool
But
2?
why is anyone
Absolutely.
bringing up Sylvester Stallone?
And the other thing is, Lang also is, I think, in the price range of what they would want.
Cable.
yeah.
He's an affordable actor that would fit into it. And he has Avatar under his table, so everybody.
He's good with CGI.
Actually, I wonder if his schedule would. I mean, because he had Avatar 2, he's supposed to be in that.
They have to be done with filming on that.
Maybe, yeah, because I wonder.
Started yet?
No, I don't think it has.
I don't know.
But I know he's campaigning for it.
Yeah, if Stephen Link, if he's campaigning for it, and he puts as much, if he puts as much campaigning into it as Ryan Reynolds
if Ryan's up for him, I think he's got a lot of pull now.
Yeah, Ryan's going to write his own ticket for Deadpool 2 or 3 or whatever.
I think I'm all for it.
You're all for it.
I mean, John Hamm. I love John Hamm. He's a fun actor. He can also do extremely serious.
A good actor.
I just don't see that in his wheelhouse. Yeah, I don't see him
dirty him
doing
up.
that.
Well, I don't know. Like he's like a badass in the town, though.
Yeah,
give him another role. There's other characters he can pull off.
That's true.
But the Nash thing was a joke because I've seen that. I've seen that quite a bit, and I'm like, no.
Oh, so he's good enough for the Super Shredder, but he's not good enough for Cable.
Because his quads were healthy back then. Now, no. He takes one step, he's going to rip his quads.
They can just put him in a wheelchair. Then
he's Professor X on
dude's
roids.
like 10 feet tall. They can just CG legs on him.
They took away Gary Sinise for Forrest Gump. They can put some on him for.
And they took away Gary Oldman's.
Let's talk about the last thing I've got.
All right, let's hear it.
What's that?
Daredevil trailer. Daredevil season 2.
Boom.
Looks bad ass.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, if they keep stepping this stuff up like this looks so good. The trailer, of course, be in our show notes. Go check it out. It's got a lot of Punisher in it.
Yeah.
It looks like that's going to be the main antagonist in the.
Yeah, it's absolutely. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
And
Elektra's also going to be in it. I assume that the Kingpin will show back up. I don't know. Maybe he's gone underground.
No, he's in jail.
No, he busted out.
I wonder if he'll be a moving part in the background.
That's what I wonder. That's what I wonder. He busted out at the end.
I'll have to read it.
Okay. Well, no, then Daredevil beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He put him in jail. He's in jail for this.
Yeah, he's in jail.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure they'll somehow. He has to be in at some capacity. Like you don't have someone knock it out the park and then just totally write him off. Yeah. But with that being said, watching those previews, the Punisher is going to, be brutal. That looks
so brutal.
Looks great.
Yeah, he's
Thomas Jane,
the new suit looks just badass.
The new Daredevil suit. Yeah. Good Lord.
Just everything on there, man.
It looks like as much as Matt got his ass kicked in the first series,
we're going to see some more ass kicking.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting his ass kicked, sorry.
Exactly. He's going to dish it out, but we know he's going to get as much as he gives out.
I'm excited. And that comes out next month. So that's not like we're looking at a few months. That is
There's going to be a new trailer on the 25th.
I'm sorry, Ray, but fucking Charles just walked in with his heavy belt, and he's ready to talk about some fucking wrestling. He's been brimming at the teeth all goddamn night, and that steel chair's getting itchy on his ass. So he's ready to pull it up and smash us over the head with some news.
Oh, hey everybody, how y'all doing tonight?
News about wrestling.
Yeah, I'm getting to it, Nate. Got a couple things in the news. First, want to go with an update on the Titus O'Neil situation. Last week, suspended for 60 days. Some people were being stupid and saying it was a race issue, but now it's come about. Vince was setting an example because he's not liking the shenanigans and all the activities going on backstage. So Titus is close to Vince McMahon. He's like, all right, I'm going to make an example. Everybody get in line. Don't fuck around all the time.
Get the fuck out. You're fired.
So it's a decimation there.
Yeah. Tonight, WWE's got their pay-per-view Fastlane going on.
Life in the fast lane.
Shut up, Nate.
That's what they're pulling it from.
The main event for it is Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns.
Wait, Brock Lesnar still wrestles?
Yeah. Or if you want to call it that. The winner of the triple threat, they go on to WrestleMania to face Triple H. And all week, they've been building it up as a possible heel turn for either Ambrose or Reigns because they're buddies. And two more things since I'm mentioning WrestleMania 32. John Cena possibly will not be there. They were going to put him in a match with The Undertaker.
Or will he be there and you won't see him?
Touche. But they don't think he's going to be back in time from his injury, recovering from it. And someone we talked about earlier in the year, Stephen Amell will probably be at WrestleMania 32 in the squared circle again against Stardust.
Ooh, not Stardust.
Yeah. They kept going with their feud that they had during SummerSlam and at their Slammy Awards. I think it was
The Slammies.
Yeah, Stardust and Amell got one for, I think it was
Best
I don't think it was match of the year.
It wasn't. It was
feud
best
of the year.
I thought it was
feud of
best
the year.
celebrity. I thought Amell got it for celebrity at the appearance
that's what it was.
of the year.
Yeah, and Stardust snatched the trophy, signed it, and then threw water in Amell's face. And they're gonna possibly have another match.
He snatched it and signed it, but they agreed to meet up at one of the cons that didn't happen. So he showed up.
Weather.
Yeah. So he showed up at Stephen Amell's panel in Dallas.
Yeah.
By surprise. And gave him the signed trophy. They agreed to auction it off for a kid that's got cancer. And then threw water in his face. So it's on.
Yeah.
It's on after that. It's on.
If you really want to diss Stephen Amell, you just walk up and throw water in his face.
Yeah. Yep. And then it's on.
Do it after he signs your stuff, though.
People have do it for less.
Apparently, me and Ray are about to go into a wrestling match because he walked in and handed me this can of Jif honey, which is really good, and I took a bite, and then I looked at the expiration label,
oh, shit,
and it expired August 27, 2015.
Holy crap!
So you might as well.
The amount of preservatives in that, you're good. You're
So
fine.
apparently, we're about to wrestle.
Or Nate won't be here next week.
I was saying peanut butter
Finally
lasts
got
forever.
rid of that old asshole.
When did you buy that?
Honey doesn't expire.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. So you're good.
That's
Nate.
really good.
And I gave you Allison swears by honey to cure hiccups. So there's a little tip for you listeners.
Okay.
So you couldn't just give
We're
him
gonna
honey;
see.
you gave him peanut butter with
Wait,
honey.
did I say honey? I meant peanut butter. Sorry, peanut butter.
Yeah, you said honey.
Peanut butter. Don't eat.
My
fucking
hiccups
honey.
are making Allison so aggravated, who's not even in the room, that she made Ray, and I think they're
did
gone.
not.
They're gone. I'm pretty sure
They're
they're
pissing me off.
gone.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Charles, you got anything else other than honey and peanut butter?
No,
Hold
that's
on.
pretty much it. Okay, well, yes, Nate, since you're going to interrupt me.
I'm going to interrupt you.
Okay, go
fucking
ahead.
neck man. I have wrestling news in myself.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
Yes.
next Sunday, me and Charles, head to head in a steel cage match. What do you say?
Spit swapping makeout match.
Oh my god!
The steel cage is called Mike's Butthole. And we're going head to head with our dicks.
All right. Well,
Sword fighting.
yeah. Sword fighting and wrestling.
You ever watch Trimmers? What Charles's dick looks like?
Kevin Bacon.
Whoopi Goldberg.
It's like on The Office when Michael's like, "How does the other penis know when to open up?"
Except the other penis, yes. That was not Michael.
That was Dwight.
That was Dwight.
Was it
and
Dwight?
Angela.
No, it was
Yeah,
Dwight.
that was
Angela.
Dwight.
Oh my god! Yes.
I
It's
can't
just
believe you
beautiful.
misquoted something.
I'm sorry.
Wish just a stride.
That's true.
Well,
TJ
it's not like I'm
misquote-
insulted. It's just like you never misquote things.
Docking.
It's a surprise
I'm
to us
sorry.
all.
That's called docking.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to Charles Wrestling Corner.
It's called
Boom. Come back next Sunday, where
Called-
Charles will give us other news about other wrestlers and dudes oiled up, brother.
Speaking of Sunday, apparently there was a monster truck rally this weekend, and I missed it.
What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah,
Another butthole
Was
joke.
Gravedigger there?
I
it was
mean,
Monster Jam. I mean,
Yeah.
Gravedigger was there.
They make video games out of Monster Jam.
Oh my god, I'm so mad
Yes.
right now.
Oh yeah.
Can we
They
have
made
Nate? Can
they
we
made a
have?
video game of Beastly? So
Yeah. Can we have Nathan's like monster truck corner? Welcome back to Nerds Get Laid. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
And sometimes we let TJ have topics. And this week, we're going to talk a little bit about whatever TJ wants to talk about, because this is his topic, so I'm going to shut the fuck up.
okay.
TJ's topic. Ooh.
Well, this is
Can we just growl after everything?
why not?
Don't.
And that's my
That
topic,
was a little
guys.
more sexual than I was expecting.
That's my topic, guys, and we're done. No, no, I was talking to as everybody in the room knows, and most people out there know, I am newly single, and I have not been in the dating world for something of over a decade.
Whew.
And
Changed a lot.
It is a terrifying and.
Have you downloaded Tinder yet?
God no.
I'm
not doing internet.
Are you doing Plenty of Fish first or Tinder?
I am not doing either one.
Because Mike can show you the ropes.
Yeah,
at this point, yeah.
That was Mike's first suggestion was Plenty of Fish, right?
Hey, you live in Live Oak, and you're sometimes in Lake City. The dating pool's pretty small.
Yeah, and
it's
shallow.
Like it's like ankle deep.
Yeah. So it is a terrifying world out there, and so I decided to come to some of my best friends and ask them for their advice.
This is your worst mistake ever.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not my worst mistake ever, but it's up there.
Maybe up there.
It's top 5.
All right, man. So what you need to do?
Looking all like Hitch right now.
You need to like get a T-top fucking 4-door Mustang and just like whip ass around Walmart.
This isn't 1983.
I used to have a convertible, and I've had a T-top Camaro. They work.
And you just rip ass around Walmart around 11 p.m. at night, I promise you'll meet someone.
So if I want to avoid venereal diseases...
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Okay, those are out.
Okay, now, I want to tell you... Well, I'm not going to say his name because it's kind of... He wouldn't want me saying his name, so I'm going to change the letter of his first name. His name is Frank Fafarthy, and he gave me some advice. And what he said to do...
What did Fike tell you to do?
Was invite him over to your house. And
invite him over. This is already going...
Invite the lady over to your house, a movie or something, and then you just don't even ask. Just the worst. And you just start massaging their shoulders. And then when you get done, you're like, okay, like assume the sale. It'd be like, now massage mine. And then, like, halfway through, you take your shirt off so it's easier for her to massage. And you say, well, I got my shirt off. Take your shirt off. And he's like, then it's like 90% guaranteed that they're gonna be down.
Is this before or after you drop the little pill into their drink?
No, if that's already all happened and she hasn't left,
autobiography?
It's absolutely 90% assured.
I will just say that his wife said it worked.
So... I had to go by what I learned from Jimbo from The Simpsons. And you show up at her house and you watch a movie and you go, man, baby, it's getting hot in here. Mind if I take my shirt off? And you take your shirt off, and about 10 minutes later you go, God, it's still hot. Do you mind if I take my pants off? And you just let it go from there. And I'm pretty sure that you won't get the cops called on you.
My friend Peter tried that.
75% chance.
Did not work.
My thing is, like, all right, so I haven't been single for a long time either, Tej.
Me either,
yeah.
And dating?
Yeah.
Terrifies me.
It does.
It is terrifying.
Dating's hard.
Like, when I was single, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
But I led a very social life. I had a lot of friends, and so there was like going out to bars, parties.
Here's the other side of it. I have children too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
which is another
harder.
Hanger lets kids in.
Because like to me, like around this area,
true.
if you're wanting like. And you got like 3 things. You can go to the bars. You can join a church, because I know plenty of people that meet chicks through church.
Oh yeah.
That's a dating pool. Like you go to church.
Here's the downside of that. First two wives met in church.
All right, so the church is gone. God is dead in this relationship.
Let's not do that.
Let's not do that. But it's like, okay.
So now we're going to... Let me see your phone.
Let's not go to
church. We're going to download Tinder.
No church. All right, grocery stores. Swear to God, I've heard that's a place to
I have heard that
grocery stores. You just got to walk around for like 6 hours.
With a can of diced tomatoes.
And you
asking if you like this brand.
I'm trying, but see, that's where you can meet someone where you can be like, yeah, I'm trying to cook dinner for the kids, and it's a sweet, you're a good dad. And but I don't know how that works. Like when I hear that people meet at grocery stores,
I don't either because I don't want to talk to anyone.
I think in the movies.
Yeah, that works in the movies.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
I just imagine TJ walking around Walmart,
that in
busting his buggy into people's like trying to accidentally meet. Like, boom! Like, oh, sorry, lady.
It's like, hey, it's like sorry for bumping into you.
You didn't have a ring.
Can you hand me that prune juice?
Dude, can you ignore my adult diapers?
I'm sorry that my motorized cart hit yours.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Borrow a puppy.
Yeah, puppies. I heard Charles.
A puppy.
Well, it might not have been Charles, but it was someone that looked like Charles. Said,
was it Neckman?
It was rest areas.
Yeah, you got him confused for Blaze.
Was it Eric Idle from the movie Mask? Or not Eric Idle?
There's also a lot of single girls that hang out at high schools.
Yeah, I heard that college, community college as well. Like, depending on your area.
The older I get, they stay the same age.
Pumpkin patch, depending on time of year. To quote Superbad,
be a lot cooler if you did.
Here's the other thing too. Like anything under 25.
Yeah,
you're just not there for it.
You have nothing in common with them.
Oh my god, it's like they're idiots.
Yeah.
The rule, TJ, is half your age plus 7.
Okay,
that's the rule.
Jesus Christ, that's pretty.
It's 27.
There you go, right there.
Yeah, so
it's 27 at least.
There you go. You get some 27. That's just enough to make some mistakes. They'll have some kids too. Just take them out of that trailer, buddy.
That'd be 24 for me. No.
Yeah,
mine's 21.
Mine's 25. So.
Oh no.
Exactly.
Oh.
Didn't Nate and Ray, doesn't that terrify you?
No, it absolutely does. Me and Allison talk about this all the time.
What if we divorce? And I'm like,
what if one of us other people? What if one of us murders the other one?
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. It's what if one of us dies?
Yeah, well, or gets murdered.
And it's more
by
likely
the other.
Ray's going to die.
Yeah, so. Exactly.
It's more like Ray's trying to get her in a mental state for when he finally dies. And the next
Honey,
couple
I want
years.
you to go out and find another man and be happy.
He's like Allison be dating like a 15-year-old.
Yeah,
then if it's half your age plus 5.
A much younger man, only 100.
he's like, download Tinder now and get used to it because you're gonna need it soon. Go ahead and get a waiting list. It's like
6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
He's cute.
Yeah.
Look at his dog.
That's a good-looking boy right there. Like Ray wants,
him up.
I think Ray wants to actually meet Allison's next husband and get like a father figure and get the approval.
I want to make sure you take care of her.
Yeah, make sure you can take care of my debts and land.
Lesson 1. What she likes in the bedroom. It's getting creepy, man. Just go with it.
I'm going to show you, and then you repeat after me.
Yeah, I do it to you, you do it to her.
All right. Listen, I want to get back on track real quick, okay? All right, so Charles, you're a single guy, right?
Yeah.
You're a young guy. Some people would say you're good looking. Nobody in this room would, but some people, probably your mom would say. But you work around.
People would say. People with their glasses.
He's a handsome young man.
Yeah, but you got a job, a steady job.
The dog.
You got your own car. Yeah, I mean, you're a guy, and you work around a lot of ladies.
Yeah,
you do. So
a lot of crazy.
But
ladies.
Hey, crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
We'll get to that in a minute.
All right,
crazy lady is crazy sex.
Exactly.
Well. Okay, but yes.
You also might have, a fire in your house.
So, Charles, where do you think your disconnect is?
At the same time.
Why are you still single? I said signal.
Yeah.
Why are you still a signal?
Why are you still a signal?
The virginity signal.
I've just been burned too much in the past, and I was like, I just don't
You're
care
not
to deal with
interested
it.
in dating right now?
No.
That's too bad. I had a nice girl that I was wanting to introduce you to, but...
it sucks, man. I mean, you carry. Yeah.
I mean, Mike, you were the most recent one, and
it sucks, man. Like I had to I've become a different person since then. Like I was actually reading an article about how
you got married and you're calling him whipped.
Bitch, I go out all the time.
Nathan was here on Valentine's Day for the podcast.
That is very true.
I party.
I see her once a week. Do you know how long it takes to get to Utah and how often she's not modeling in Europe? It's really hard to see my girlfriend.
The stars do have to line. I will.
That is true. No, but
instead of that Skype session.
I don't know. I think like a lot of men, I think, just take a broken heart like a close death in the family. You know, like it's something they carry it with you. Women seem to bounce back pretty hard, but men trust less, become a bit more cynical, and you know, I get like after my last one, like I was like, I don't want to date anybody like ever, and you know,
I'm thinking of it more for the company than for anything serious.
Now, I have to say,
cash. I would go straight. Cash.
TJ, I want to date vicariously through you. And I do, because I think sometimes, like, man, I would like to be on the market. I had a lot of fun when I was single before. I think I would still be successful.
Dear God.
So what we need to do with TJ is take him to one of those round robin blind dates where it's like 1 minute per table.
Oh wait! You're going to MegaCon with us this year, aren't you?
Speed dating.
I'm going to try.
They have nerd speed dating there.
Oh dear God!
Me and Allison have always wanted to do it.
Oh my God!
We need to set a project.
You guys should just divorce. Honestly,
this is moving up in the top 3 mistakes that I've made.
We need to set a project up, and we're gonna get TJ.
I will
a girl.
speed date with you.
I wouldn't, because Blaze will probably cosplay as Leia again.
Yeah. I'll go to.
He does that every year.
I will go speed dating anywhere. We don't have to do MegaCon. There's speed dating in Gainesville. They have it at the High Dive, and we'll show up. Yeah, not nerd. They just have speed dating.
Specifically,
I just wanted to know.
We'll
wear tuxedos.
If
tuxedo shirts, at least.
If I do this nerd speed dating at the MegaCon,
we'll get you a little drunk, just a little.
Yeah.
Get you some liquid courage.
Of course, but you know, there's
of course. He's like, yeah, I'll be smashed.
What you think?
Hey, baby,
I'll have to
got 1 minute to impress me.
Yeah, I'll have to be, honestly.
Hello, how are you? I'm Theodore Tom. And it goes back, he's like, oh my God, he's fucking drunk. Is that his dick?
I'm a transformer underneath.
I'll
watch me transform this soft dick into an erection.
You guys are stealing my jokes.
Anyway,
made it better. Go on, TJ.
I guess I'll have,
sorry.
I guess for the podcast,
I'll
do that.
Into a transformer.
The reason we want to do it is we think it might be actually really fun.
I just want to set up a project of doing like minimum. I want to like have a bunch of ideas of getting TJ a date and document it.
I mean, honestly, like, that's how I met
then we'll do
my
Charles.
girlfriend.
Well, and
is speed dating. I went to a restaurant where women are sitting by themselves, and I just sat down and told them they were speed dating. I got kicked out of a few restaurants, but I found one. It worked out.
Well, I'll go. We'll go to a Publix one day. And we'll walk around.
Nathan will act like your child.
Nathan will walk, and I'll use my motorized cart like I have to.
Push you.
We'll bang into stuff, or I'll do like, "Hey TJ, look at that chick."
Where'd you say y'all would go?
Publix, man.
We're looking for a high class.
Yeah, you got to go classy.
I mean, we'll start at Save-A-Lot to get the practice.
Exactly.
And then after we got a few rounds, and then we'll work our way up to Winn-Dixie. Now, what would you guys say, Winn-Dixie or Dollar General? Because I think those are
Dollar General.
No. Winn-Dixie's definitely higher class than Dollar General.
Yes. TJ does not need to start that low. He does not need.
Shit, I just had the best idea.
Well,
the best place for you to meet women.
Oh Jesus,
TJ Maxx.
Like, I own the joint.
We'll give him a shirt that says Max. I'm TJ.
Currently, TJ might be neck man.
TJ.
Yes.
All I can say is, don't listen to that advice. I had another person who his advice was to quote him, start with the dirty butts and move your way up.
What does his name start with?
I don't actually want to say it because I feel like he would take offense to it.
I had a friend told me
Fike Carthy.
He doesn't care.
Carthy or whatever is not going to.
His name was
this guy's name Brad?
No.
Ruler.
So we have a couple. So
I had a friend that told me one time, when it's your birthday and your Christmas, sometimes you got to double back it and wrap one around your nuts. So remember that on your birthday and Christmas.
All right, so
okay then.
We got a couple of plans for TJ. We're gonna do some grocery store shopping, and we're gonna do some speed dating, and we're also gonna get him a shirt that says Max and put it in TJ Maxx.
Yeah,
see what happens.
You're right, Mike. This was really says Max.
This was a horrible idea.
So Charles, now we got to. So I right off the bat, I think we need to take him to an amateur wrestling event, and just have him walk around with his shirt off.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
Yeah,
It was completely obvious
because it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Should he be holding a steel chair?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you be?
That way, when he meets a lady, he can fold it out and say, "Have a seat, or I'll smash you."
Should we get a razor and
But
cut
I'm
his
gonna
head so
smash
he's
you
like
anyway.
bleeding?
Oh,
Yeah.
God, no.
Yeah. Well, no, he can cut his heart like heart shapes into his like.
I'm here for love.
I mean, just a little cut, just so he's got
Just a
blood
little
coming
bit of
down.
blood.
Looks like he's been in a match and everything.
But
It's like,
we will with
I'm
black
single.
marker.
I'm not desperate.
With black marker on his back,
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
write single.
Yeah. Single
I-
man.
Well, I think you guys are going to the wrong angle at Charles's life. I think the wrestling aspect, maybe it's a good idea, but maybe weak. What I feel would be better is that if you meet a nice girl, and then
Explain how good with a knife you are.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
you should do that.
I think you should walk around with a bunch of knives around your waist and tell her how good you're at cutting meat. I cut stuff up really good. My
really
name's
good at it.
Charles, and I like cutting up dead meat.
Can I show you? Can I show you?
I got really nice knives that I sharpen every day.
Well, I just figure, like, I know you cut meat in the back, but I always imagine you at the grill for some reason, just telling women, like, hey, you want to touch my meat?
I
want to do my
slice.
job?
He doesn't do that anymore.
No, but y'all do put your meat in my mouth.
Yeah.
I don't eat at Texas Roadhouse, so no.
You need to strike that and reverse it because
I realized I
you
said
said
that.
you
I
said
know.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Did you guys catch that?
He said, I
No,
put
they
your
didn't.
meat in my mouth.
He said I put your meat in my mouth.
Well, I mean, he was being honest.
I mean, all those
turn
rest
it over
areas.
here.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. My face, your ass. Let's do it outside.
Now, for some actual, real, maybe advice.
Fuck you mean? We are forgiven.
No, this has sounded about what I was expecting from you guys.
What about like what do they call them? Where you trivia nights at restaurants and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That was
Just-
fun.
Just show up
Killed the vibe.
with your huge brain and beat everybody and rub it in their faces till one of the women are so awestruck by how smart you are and be like, look how clever I am. I'm already done.
I'm a team by myself.
I just want a gift card for next week. Who wants to go to dinner? And I mean, we'll have to get you
That's another
swim.
Joe Dirt thing. Like, thanks for taking me on a date to the carnival I work at. I was at today.
We'll have to give them some swim shorts.
Gosh.
This was a really bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. Not funny, but I mean, TJ already had a mishap with the current dating world. Remember, you were going to hang out with somebody, and
Oh, yeah.
modern days, hang out means date.
Yeah.
And he didn't realize that. So he's like, yeah, let's hang out, get dinner or something. And, oh, man.
When I was single,
Yeah.
before me and Allison got together,
Netflix
I had
and chill.
I had two girls, separate girls that were like one of them had like 3 or 4 kids,
Humble brag.
and some separate times wanted to go out and have lunch with me, and we were having lunch with like a friend, and the friend didn't show up. And I get nervous in those situations, so the waiter brings the ticket with both of us on the same one, and
We're
I'm
going
like,
Dutch.
no, I'm just like, here's my card. And then I had another girl that like wasn't divorced that I went to school with, ask if I wanted to like hang out for dinner because she was over in Lake City to go to school, and she goes to dinner by herself all the time. She knows I live over here. Do I want to go to dinner? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I mean, yeah, I eat dinner by myself all the time. I'm single, whatever. Yeah.
I have dinner every night.
Yeah, I have dinner every night. But it turned out to be like a date, quote unquote, and I didn't realize it. So, that stuff is
Ray was slamming
odd.
beers and eating like the nastiest.
If a woman invites you out, it's a date.
If a woman invites you out to Applebee's,
Whoa.
don't go.
Gotcha.
Actually, yeah, don't go, because every time I've done that, it's just been they wanted free food.
So,
Free mediocre
honest
food.
suggestion.
Yeah.
You work at a really place that's populated by a lot of women. I would say I've known a lot of people that have met women through the retail environment that we're at. And when you meet people and talking, it's a really good way. You get their number. There's easy ways to follow up with text messages that are no, not in like a creep, like hey, but like when you
Sounds creepy.
when you have a customer that's attractive, you can follow up with text messages, and it's your phone going up. And I've seen plenty of guys that would do that, and then would lead to playful banter, and you could get some type dates out of there.
There's also many people's ex-wives at work as well. Yeah, that's good.
They're
Wow.
Former lovers.
You're also on a podcast that reaches dozens of people.
Tens of
And I
people.
bet like
Tens of people.
2 or 3 of those.
Listen, we push it and
might
we say
be
dozens.
women.
Do you like the way that TJ talks? Do you like hearing his playful banter? We only deal with him for an hour. Would you like to deal with him forever?
No, I'm not looking for forever, guys.
Or maybe just on steady occasions of weekly occurrences?
Do you want a hard-working Joe?
Yeah.
Do you want Netflix
Do you
and chill
wanna-
to really mean
Yeah.
watch Netflix and chill?
Do you want a guy that's just
Then let's watch another episode of Arrested Development. I'm just going to go
hard-working,
home.
lovable guy that loves to play with his Transformers? Well, we got a dude for you. His name's Charles. Fuck this TJ guy. This dude's ready to get dated. And he's also a superhero. Look at that neck.
He and his friends hang out in his shed a lot.
He cuts knives around his belt. He can cut meat like you've never seen. And his neck has a literal six-pack on it. You can walk down any alley at night.
Man's neck had an 8-pack.
Yeah. And you can feel safe.
Well, I have a
12
Halloween
now.
costume
He's
now.
been working out.
I had a friend that saw Neckman in the shower.
Well, no, it's true. I actually got a
He said he
stain.
had an 8-pack.
I actually got a stain on my shirt the other day, and I was with some water and soap. I was actually able to use Charles's washboard neck and get the stain out.
It's do you want to have someone that has literally over 200 WWF wrestling DVDs, hours of entertainment on it? Then talk to TJ because he can borrow all of those and bring them over on date night. Do you just want to date both of these guys at the same time? Oh my God, tandem date.
I have a song for it. It's called Double Team by Tenacious D.
You guys could
Or
be
as
like,
Blaze would call it.
why are you guys best friends? You guys could like be each other's wingmans. You guys should be hitting the town.
Fuck, I want to go get wings with y'all.
I know.
I love wings.
All I can see is TJ and Charles dating the same woman.
Then we can color finger cuffs.
That's horrible.
I'm sure monthly sex night would be really weird.
Oh man, I just want so much stuff to happen.
She
now.
always skips out on it. You guys said to let me build that one up. Come on. That's a slow burner.
I'm just going to send this one out.
So guys, I think we've chatted. So TJ, did we help you at all?
Absolutely.
Yes, you did.
Thank you.
You know,
You
really
don't
surprised
ask us for...
we made this entertaining, more entertaining than I thought we would.
Yeah.
At least I'm entertained. I don't know about you listeners. You guys
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Mike and I have been discussing, though.
In a dark parking lot.
Yes, in a dark parking lot. And then, but we were
I was
discussing
wondering why y'all had those scrapes on your knees.
exactly. But we were discussing names of women to avoid.
Oh, this is very true.
yeah.
Alicia.
We've got those.
Okay.
Talk to Allison afterwards.
Alicia
No,
works.
bring her in.
with this.
Allison!
Yeah, we can bring her in for this. Okay.
I would like to
But
hear
we
this.
decided that girls with the names of places as their name,
Cheyenne.
anything like that.
Savannah's,
Yep.
China's, Paris's,
Yeah.
every single one I've ever met are all crazy.
Yep. Girls whose names end with a audible vowel.
Like IEs.
I's, A's, like us, like
Amanda's,
Sarah.
Jackie's specifically.
Yeah. Avoid that.
Yeah, there are
Dashes in their names.
Oh,
Christy.
Dash is good.
Shit. Dashes.
Yeah, there's a dash. Dash away.
Wait, what do you mean a dash?
Like Bobby Joe,
Bobby Joe, Lou, and
stuff like that.
Anne
My
Marie.
mother-in-law's name's Lou.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, run the fuck away
She
from
didn't
that
have a
crazy
dash. It's
lady.
all one word.
That's a dash and an audible vowel. That's
That's
double.
done.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
So
Yeah, that's a.
You're on the
dead cat
borderline.
in your mailbox.
yeah, you're borderline with a silent vowel at the end.
Okay.
I think
A
What do you
silent
guys-
vowel?
Yeah.
Give me examples.
Annabelle. Anne, like a E at the end of Anne. Yeah, stuff like that.
Women that mostly have
Ryan
their hairs in
Perkins.
ponytails.
Wet ponytails.
Yeah, well, if
if it's
her-
a fucking wet ponytail, TJ, I swear to
yeah,
God.
run. If
Run.
it's
I'm
like
gonna cut your
slick
dick
back,
off to
yeah.
save
Well,
you.
no, seriously. If a woman walks around in public with visibly wet hair,
a lot.
avoid.
If you see it
Unless
once,
she's Hispanic.
yeah.
Then it's acceptable.
But
avoid at all costs.
if you see her 5 times and out of those 5 times, 4 times it was in a ponytail, run the fuck away.
Gotcha.
If she has more than 3 pieces of jewelry that has her name on it.
One piece
If
of
she has
jewelry.
any piece of jewelry with her name on it.
Okay, got it.
Negative.
Large hoop earrings.
Yeah,
Crazy.
They won't even be interested in you. I promise.
Yeah.
More than 2 rings on their fingers.
More
anywhere.
than 2?
Yeah, because you can get away with like a pinky and a thumb or something.
Okay.
Like that. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
But the more that's on there, the scarier.
Multiple children from different men.
No.
Oh, yeah. That's well,
Skip.
I mean, you can't pick that by a name or just a physical characteristic. You got to
That's
ask
finding out.
at least.
Yeah. If there is
Well, hey,
something,
it's not-
If you do find out,
And she has 13 C-section
excuse me.
scars.
We are not shallow. It's not about looks and physical. It's about emotional things like
Yes.
having kids from 2 different dads.
well, you have to ask those questions, and to get to the questions part, you have to get past.
well, see, the thing
You
is,
have to get past level 1.
well,
If
that's
she's sort
level
of
one
close to
is-
your name and she hates the fuck out of her dad.
trashy
Yeah.
and crazy can hide.
Yeah.
They can hide.
Yeah, they can.
I have more. If there is any type of lettering on her derriere in their pants, run
Oh,
the call.
God.
What do you mean, like tattoos?
No,
No,
words,
like-
pink. Any pants that have
yeah,
lettering on it.
yeah, negative.
Pants that have words. Yeah. Gotcha.
Negative.
And I mean that's actually a big one on it. Actually, if she's wearing sweats, like a lot of sweats, like
In public,
yeah, in
a
public,
lot.
a lot.
If she has more than 4 earrings, she's not good for more than a few weeks.
There's only 2 times in a woman's life she should wear sweatpants in public: pregnant or period.
Yeah.
That's it.
or fresh from the gym. I'll allow that one.
They don't wear
On the way
sweatpants in
home.
the gym. They wear the yoga
Yeah,
pants.
yoga
now.
pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If her cell phone is cracked, run away.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know about
always
that.
cracked.
Yeah, if it's always cracked.
broken, stay away.
Girls that have cracked phones all the time are drama.
I guess y'all would
Yeah.
know that a lot more.
It's true.
It's
They're also referred to in common parlance as thoughts. THOT.
that hoe over there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh,
Thoughts.
that hoe over
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
You might hear Patrice at time use thought, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
Okay.
These are
These are
solid ones.
golden.
I'm really interested in what Allison
I
has to
don't
say.
know where she's at.
We'll have to get her. We're sticking with the dudes section right now. We're giving you the true underline.
She'll give you some. Well, Allison
Allison would-
has some real talk.
Well, we
I think
talked
Allison would tell us to.
to a lady today, and she agreed with us.
100%.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for Nerds Together. I'm sorry, I don't want to cut up. We have went way over our time. A lot
wanna
of
cut us
budget on there.
off.
Yeah, we have really run over. If you're still
I
listening,
think this
God
was
bless you.
quality though.
This was quality stuff.
Hopefully, you were taking notes. If you did,
'Cause I'm going to listen and take notes.
Well, the thing is, I'm
Me
really
too.
proud of is we went an entire podcast, and less than a quarter of it was Marvel.
God
Very
bless
rare.
us.
We didn't talk about movies as
we
much
did.
as I love them.
we talked about
Very
cable,
little.
A lot of wrestling, but then again, we had Charles's Wrestling Corner.
Yeah,
which
but
was fabulous tonight. Thank you, Charles.
Yes.
yeah, I'm glad there's some out of the ring drama going on. It really spices up your segment.
And we learned about how lonely and sad fucking Ray is. Honestly, if you really think about it.
Apparently, him and his wife just fantasize
plot
about
it.
divorcing all the time and dating other people.
Well, that's it for Nerds Get Laid. Please listen, share, enjoy.
Write some
and-
reviews that aren't
Yeah.
us.
Yes. Please.
We'll talk to you guys later. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye, bitches.
Bye.